Water and Sanitation Deputy Minister David Mahlobo is assessing and handing over boreholes in Jerusalem in Hazyview, Mpumalanga. Mahlobo will hand over water tanks to the Bushbuckridge Municipality. The measure is to mitigate challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic in rural communities lacking water. Well, for more on this story, we cross to our reporter, Siphephile Kunene. Thanks very much for joining us, Siphephile. What's the community saying? Are they glad of the support?
They are very glad of the support because they had been asking for this resource for a very long time, and it had been difficult for them to get water. But within a short space of time, amid COVID, they were able to get water. This water comes from boreholes, and it's pumped into tanks, and then it goes to taps where these residents are supposed to get them from. With me is the Deputy Minister for Water and Sanitation, Mr. David Mahlobo. Just briefly tell us what informed the department to do this. Are we going to see this rolling out throughout the country?
Thank you very much, Siphephile, and to all the viewers at home. We are here with Her Excellency, our Premier for the province, Mayor Mpumalanga. We are responding after the President made a call that we should be here. We then decided that the Minister of Human Settlement, Water and Sanitation, Melinda Sisulu, she then pulled out a rapid response, a command center at Randwater. We are supporting all the provinces, ensuring that the water services authorities, our municipalities and provinces that are struggling, were able to support them with water cards. We're also able to support them with storage tanks. In other communities where we're supposed to finish projects, we're able to do that. Today, we're very pleased that with the Premier, we're at Mbombela local municipality, we're able to give 6 boreholes. Each borehole is able to produce 21,000 liters per day, and we're having storage facilities which are JoJo tanks there that are 10,000 each, and that community of Jerusalem and community of Mchata, they are able to receive water there, and we're very pleased. And we have noted that that water is of quality, which is most important, is fit for human consumption. Right now we're in Bushbuckridge in Ward 29. The minister has asked us to hand over 3 water tanks, and we're also handing over more than 20 storage facilities to the Premier of our province. And we're very pleased that these areas that don't have water, they are having water. And our message is that even beyond this COVID-19 pandemic, we should be able to sustain this level of service delivery and ensure that those communities who don't have water, infrastructure is built, and more importantly, that infrastructure is not vandalized, and communities must take ownership.
And now, does it call for the country to have such a disease in place for a rapid response in terms of water provision? Why was it not happening in the past? Because we understand that we have water underground. Now that is being explored.
Well, there is progress that has been made since 1994 in many communities. Here in Bushbuckridge, you will know that there is Inyaga Dam, and many communities, the bulk infrastructure has been there. There's been lacking in terms of reticulation. Now that the President, through the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, has declared national disaster, it means our response capability and the regulations that are there, they are making it much easier in terms of the procurement processes, the mobilization of capacity. That's what we're able to do, and we hope that we'll be able to draw lessons to say, as government, as the President says, we must be able to coalesce and be able to build through this experience.
Okay, now we're moving on to the Premier of the province, Ma'am Siphephile. Just briefly tell us about the numbers in the province in terms of those who have been confirmed of COVID-19.
Now, thank you very much, Siphephile. We can safely inform our communities that we've got 15 confirmed cases of COVID-19 as the province of Mpumalanga. However, we must indicate that progress in terms of healing as well. We have observed we've got about 6 already that are being cleared of the COVID-19. That's where we are today. But we want to encourage our communities to adhere to the regulations that have been set out. The restrictions are clearly explicit to say what is it that needs to be done by our communities. Hence today we are here in Ward 29 in Bushbuckridge. As you know that we've started earlier on in Mpumalanga Municipality to make sure that we heed to the call that has been made by our people as well to say that we are willing to adhere to these restrictions and regulations. But amongst the other challenges that we are having, it has to do with water. We've heard them quite clearly, and hence we are here. We've roped in the Department of DWS to join hands and partner in with the province to make sure that we make provision of water. As we know that in Mpumalanga, we are a water scarcity province, and we are happy with the progress that has been made. We have indicated last week that we will be making provision of water. We are here to precisely do exactly that which we have promised our communities last week. We are rolling out this program across the entire province. Tomorrow we will be going to Lekwa Municipality, where there's quite a work that we are doing in that water treatment plant. We are going to monitor the progress that we have made thus far and get an assessment report as to what are the challenges, how do we unlock those challenges. Remember, the water treatment plant is a permanent feature which needs to be constantly maintained, and also that the dosage of chemicals that ought to be utilized are utilized. So based on the assessment, on the report that we will be getting, we'll then make a determination to say, what is it? Is it because of human lack of experience? Because of lack of chemicals, or were there any other infrastructural defaults within the system that will then determine a way forward for us? So tomorrow we will be there precisely for that as the province. But then on Wednesday again, we will be going to Dr. J.S. Municipality, where we would be officially launching the clarion call that has been made by the President to say that we need to go on a door-to-door for screening and testing. But over and above that, again, we did promise our communities that we will provide them with households sanitizers. We will be distributing that, and also the food parcels within the province. Again, we want to appeal to our communities, please let's adhere to the restrictions. The 21 days, let's observe it. It's not yet over. As we were driving here, we've seen quite a number of people roaming the streets. Please desist from doing that.
That was the Provincial Premier, explaining exactly what the provincial government is planning to do to deal with this COVID. Back to you, studio.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Siphephile Kunene.